All right, peace, family. Peace to all the chosen ones. Peace to all the kings and queens. Peace to everybody on YouTube. Back with another trending hot topic commentary show where we do all the latest and hottest reaction and reviews. I'm your host, and Lynch. Let's talk. Well, I mean, I'm not really doing any commentary on any topics or anything of that's trending. I kind of want to talk about what I think on the line of important, especially us being melanated and being if you're here over in the States anyway, but this goes for you wherever you are throughout the globe. Um, if you're someone who hasn't been born like into privilege or into wealth, if you're someone like me who was born into poverty, um, pretty much this message is for you or this conversation. So the idea is being able to take control of your own future. Like those who watch my videos, most of you will know that on a frequent basis I talk about I listen to a lot of motivational speeches, and I'm gonna get somewhere with this. And one in particular is Denzel Washington, and I like how when he talk about you know if you're gonna dream big. If you're gonna fail big. Like don't say that um there are no obstacles. The only obstacles is you. Hard work pays off. And that's something I've been saying a lot lately now, along with staying prayed up and staying prepped up, because I think that's important as well. But hard work pays off. And where I'm going with this is invest in your own future. Like when you think about today's world, when you think about the inflation, when you think about just the economy as a whole and where society is going, none of us are ever going to, achieve no type of financial stability if you keep working a 9 to 5 job, if you keep working for someone. This is not me telling you to just up and quit your job and try to make your dream, come true and all that. I'm not saying that. Like, keep your job. Like, if you need income right now, we all got bills. I can't even say most of us. Like we all got some type of bill. We all got something we got to pay for. So that's that. But what I'm saying is make your goal. If it's gonna start off as a hobby, make it a hobby until it's not a hobby anymore. Make whatever it is you're doing. Like if you can start making income that equals or greater, like because that's really the point. Like whatever it is that you're trying to do on the side, whatever money you're trying to make, you want it to equal and or be greater than the income that you will make at your job you're making. And you want to do that on a consistent basis. You want to be able to let that last throughout, a lifetime if possible. If not, at least like for a while until you think of another hustle and hopefully you invest and saved up and stuff. But that that's like the path we got to take if you want to achieve some type of financial stability. Like that's something that I seen my dad. I should say dads, because I had two. Like really, I had two men taking care of me growing up. I only really talk about the one who passed away, but I had two men taking care of me, and I look at them both as dads. But I seen both of them doing that, and the one that's still living, I'm really thinking of him in mind because like he turned all his hustles into a business. Whereas though last time I actually seen him have the job, uh, was like at Pep Boys. This was like 96, 97. And while he was at Pep Boys working, he would drive his pickup truck, and in the back of it he would have his hot dog cart, uh, anchored to it. And while he inside working, he would have me and my older brother working the stand, and he would come out every now and then. And his boss at the job was thorough like that, and he started making so much money doing that and DJing and doing other stuff that he didn't have to work anymore because his income was being better than what it was at the job, at his job he was making. Some people talk about, well, what about your 401k? Or what about insurance? Well, you can pay for your own insurance. It's kind of like paying for life insurance. It's not that much. You really just gotta, if you gotta pay premiums, you pay for that, or um, you gotta pay for like a copay when you go to your doctors. But as far as paying for your own insurance, that's not difficult at all. Or you can even go the welfare route. They insurance is good too. Back to the 401k part. People talk about that a lot. Do y'all realize that the economy is so bad that a lot of us who are around my age, when we get to the age of retirement, like it's going to go from like I think 65 or 68 to like 70 something, and then it really ain't going to be no money anyway. You notice a whole lot of retirees are still working little odd jobs. If you worked all your life, you shouldn't have to be able to work again just to pay bills because your retiring money is not enough to pay for all your your livelihood. Basically, we live in a time of social media. We live in a time of monetization. Take advantage of that. Shoot, we live in a time of a pandemic where people need stuff. People need help. Home health care. We live in a time of Lyft, of DoorDash. You can make your own hours and stuff. Like I'm seeing people, and it was so funny because like back like in 2014, 2015, when that stuff started popping off, like the DoorDash and all that stuff. I remember I was working at this hotel. I was doing security, and one of the girl who was working there, and she started off as a front desk assistant, or like one of the front desk people who check people in, and then she ended up being like up in HR on like the fourth floor with all the HR people, and she ended up leaving there after like a year or so because she was doing like DoorDash or Uber something on the side, and um she quit, and she quit for that. So at the time it was like a joke. Like people was laughing and all that stuff. Like, why would she quit her job for that and all that stuff? I'm gonna find out she's making so much damn money. She didn't need to work at the hotel. She's doing all that. She doing her own hours. She making so much money. She ain't had to work at the hotel and worry about them anymore. Worry about worry about getting fired or calling out too many times and all that stuff. Like that stuff dead to me. That's why I haven't had like a regular job since like 2017 or something, 2018, maybe, yeah, maybe something like that, 2017. Because now I do 1099 work where I do subcontract, and I'm kind of like DoorDash and all that stuff, but it's different. I don't do like I don't drive around everything. I like, well, I drive, but I don't deliver like drive people around. I drive to different places, and I'll work or whatever, and I get paid like that, and then I'll have to do like my own taxes at the end of the year, which is a hassle. But shit is worth it. And then I got my own construction business with my partner, and we do that pretty good. And also, I do my thing on social media as well. And I'm looking at it like, well, of all the hustles I got, I don't need to work. Uh, be telling somebody pretty much. I remember my dad saying this to me years ago. He was saying, because I asked him. I remember I asked him. I was like, why quit your job or whatever and want to start doing that? Like doing his hot dog cart and everything full time. And he was like, "Chick, let me tell you something." He was like, "I never want again to let another man tell me how much I'm going to get paid, when I'm going to get paid. I never want another man to control my financial future." And that's real talk. And that always stuck with me. And now today, it's like I totally understand what he mean by that. Like, I don't know about you guys, and do you do what you do? Like I said, you do what you do. You guys support your family, but I can't do it. And truth be told, like, think about it. In truly order to achieve the American dream, risks must be taken. A lot of the pursuit of happiness, pretty much. A lot of the world's wealthiest people, especially Americans, in recent times anyway, um, most of these world's billionaires, these corporations, they took risks. They quit their jobs and started their own business. It was a chance they had to take, but they bet it on themselves. So pretty much what I'm getting at is, don't quit your job if you can't do it, but start working towards your goal. That's the whole point of this video. Work towards your goal. Work towards your dream, because it is possible. I don't care how old you are. As long as you're alive and able, then you can make a dream come true, even if it wasn't your initial dream. But it's we live in a world where if you work hard enough and stay consistent, the shit is piece of cake. And I'm living it. I'm heading towards that path. Like, I'm not at that American dream, nowhere near it right now. But the stuff that I've been doing these last 2 years, 2.5 years, put me in a position where as though I was able to get out the city. I got a couple businesses. I got a couple of vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm on my way. It's only getting better. But I mean, we all got our own path. Maybe this is just mine, but something I've just been wanting to talk about, and something that I've noticed just throughout, like I said, just watching these these elites, or not just elites, but just people who achieved the American dream. Just watching what they did, just studying them, and a lot of them took risks. And once I took that risk, I realized it too. And there are ups and downs. There are ups and downs. There they like you got your, how can I put it? You got your your slow weeks or your slow months or whatever. But like once it come, it flows. It flows. So that's pretty much my whole my whole my whole thought on the situation. You just gotta take chance, take risks, and if you work hard enough and stay at it, like your dreams gonna come true, and you'll be able to. Like personally, I give myself a 5 year plan. I'm only on a year and a half, year and 8 months or so, year whatever, and within that time, I didn't like tripled my value or almost tripled or whatever. Like so I'm looking at it like shit, 5 years from now or um 3 years from now, 3.5 years, I'm gonna be good somewhere if I keep working hard. I used to say I used to say if I had two more of me, shit, I can retire. That's back when I was working like at a like a standard 9 to 5 job. When I was working for someone, I used to say that I'm like, damn, if I had two more of me, I can retire. Cause like my work ethic is crazy, but it became so crazy, like what I do and like the type of like, cause I work hard as crap. Like my businesses and the things that I do, I work and I do it so damn much. I'd be like, shit, if I had two more of me, I can rule the world. Cause I just got a crazy work ethic, but my work ethic, it the limits, the lines, it comes with me myself, or drawing up a contract and doing something like that. I'm at the point of my life I can't work for nobody no more. I can't. I refuse to, and I'm doing pretty good. So when this digital currency start, what you gonna do? That's why you make smart investments. That's why you invest the money that you make. You don't spend your money. You invest. You invest in land. That's the smart thing to do. Invest in land. Invest in property. Like I tell everyone, your goals is because like your goals when you're working on them is pretty much like a hobby because that's how everybody look at it. So like when I started trying to learn construction and landscaping and doing all that stuff, I wasn't really making no money at first, just doing like people yards here and there and everything. But then once I went to school and got all my certifications and all that stuff, and me and my business, me and my partner, we started up a business and got all our papers in the LLC, and we really started getting contracts. That's when it became real. Same thing, but I can say the same thing for. Actually, I can say the same thing for YouTube. I started my YouTube channel. Uh, I think I started this Google account like in 2017, but I started the actual channel. Like I didn't make my first video till like 2020, July 9th, 2020. So almost 2 years now since I've been on YouTube as a content creator. Now, truth be told, when I first started YouTube, I ain't know nothing about uh like monetization and all that stuff. Like I was just ignorant. Like I just start seeing stuff, because I came on at the height of the pandemic and the riots. So that's what I was doing. I was recording and talking about that and talking about the militias and all that stuff that was popping off all around the country. But my page started growing so fast that I started getting emails from um YouTube and Google, like you're close to the monetization program. Like once you hit a certain amount of subscribers and hours, you can hit monetization. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I came right on YouTube and looked it up. Like, what is monetization? And I found out that, that's what all the ads and stuff. You know how you watch the videos. Like on some of my videos, you see the ads. You get paid for that. I didn't know nothing about that until they sent me that email. I was like, oh snap, okay. So I had to sign up for it and everything. And then like a month later or whatever, I met the requirements and I was monetized. And it happened within like 9 months of me starting YouTube. But um then I started slowly growing from there. And I didn't think about it. Like I said, when I came on, I just came on recording the riots and stuff and the cops beating up people in Philly and the stuff that was happening all around the country. And then when I found out about the monetization, I said, well, shoot, I can make a business out of this then. So that's when I started thinking broader instead of me just on here running my mouth. Like, all right, let me start trying to take it seriously and start, you know, trying to build a audience, build a platform. And I've always wanted to do something like that anyway, so it kind of just gave me the excuse to do it. And me being me, I like doing other stuff and venturing out. So I started making other YouTube channels. Because, like, some of y'all may know, but most of y'all don't. I got other YouTube channels too. There's I got another channel that's called this Let's Talk 2.0. But I got other channels that's like the Inexperienced Chef. I got my prepping channel where I do survival prepping. Um, I got a couple of channels, and then I started going on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok with it too. So like I'm just figuring out that I feel like an old man. Like you can do all that. So I'm looking at it like, all right, well, I'm slowly growing, and my progress on these platforms is growing. It's slowly growing, but it is growing. It's steadily growing, like every single day. And I look at it like that's cool because it's a marathon. It's not a sprint for me. Like I've seen people who came on after me and they way bigger than me now. And I've seen people uh who channel who started before me, but I'm bigger than them now too. So it just depends on like who you like the people or whatever the videos. I mean, it is what it is. But I salute everybody who try to find some type of means to like grow some type of financial stability, because like I was saying earlier in the video, you can't do that work in a regular 9 to 5 job. Like not always. Like certain jobs, yeah, but you gotta work your ass off. You gotta work a lifetime, and a lot of times people don't never last, and people end up like. Give you an example. I used to work at the security. I used to work at this hotel doing security, and it was this. We had the director of engineer, and it was the assistant director. The director dude, his name was Ray, who I call Stephen King, because he looked just like the horrible Stephen King. He looked just like Stephen King, and his assistant director John, who was kind of like silent, like he never really spoke. I thought he was mean, and it's so funny because people say the same thing about me, right? But he never spoke. But he was cool, he was fair. But so John, I found out John was like one of the longest people been at the hotel. He been there like 30 something years, and he was coming up for retirement. And this is the fucked up part. He was coming up for retirement within like 6 or something months. It was within that year he was about to retire, get his full pension and all that stuff. Something happened at the job, which I forget what happened. I can't lie and try to make up something, but it was something happened between him and Ray. He ended up getting fired for it. Lose like 38 years or something, almost 40 years worth of work, all that pension and all that stuff, all that 401k, gone. He had to get unemployment. Gone. Once I seen that, that's what it confirmed for me. I said, no, I can't I can't depend on that. And then with the pandemic that happened too, and the world shut down and everything happened, like what if another one happened? Then what? What people going to do? Now y'all got to start thinking long term. But that's it. That's my thoughts. That's all I wanted to say. Prayerfully, hopefully, someone listen and someone will listen and get some type of positive, some type something out of it that may be useful to them. But that's all. All right. God bless. I love y'all. Peace.